there, welcome back to my channel. If you are just about to welcome your beautiful little bundle of joy into the world, let me tell you, the first 24 hours can feel like an emotional roller coaster. There's joy, exhaustion, new mama jitters, and new mama shivers. Look, I see you. It is a lot, but don't worry, I've got you covered. Today I want to share the ultimate guide to surviving and thriving in those first 24 hours with your newborn, which are so important. I'm going to talk skin-to-skin bonding, breastfeeding tips, diaper rash prevention, and the biggest secret you'll want to stay to the end for, how to make those first sleepless nights just a little bit easier. So grab a cozy spot and let's dive in. Okay, first things first, packing your hospital bag. The hospital provides pretty much everything your baby needs, so focus on bringing things that will keep you comfortable. Cozy clothes, snacks, anything that can help you relax. A pro tip here, communicate with your healthcare providers that you want to keep the baby with you for as long as possible right after the birth. Ask them to delay any wiping, cleaning, or cord clamping until you've had your golden hour with your newborn. Trust me, you will cherish that moment forever. I do have a video all about the newborn golden hour, that first hour after birth, so I encourage you to check that video out. If you're planning to breastfeed, this is the time to start, immediately after birth. Newborns are born with this amazing reflex to find the breast. It's called the newborn crawl, or the breast crawl. They scooch their little way up and latch onto the nipple, even if it's just for a few sips of colostrum. And it makes a world of difference in your long-term breastfeeding journey. Please don't stress if it's not perfect at first. Every little bit counts. And the colostrum that comes, literally, they only need a few sips to fill their teeny tiny newborn belly. And it is chock full of nutrition, packed in a tiny few drops of colostrum. And by the way, if you're not breastfeeding or you want to collect colostrum for later, you can hand express or ask for a pump in the hospital. A tiny bit really goes a long way, and you can just collect teaspoon by teaspoon and save those for later. Even a teaspoon is a full feeding at this stage, so you can freeze it in little syringes for future use. You can use it when your baby's sick. It is really liquid gold. Now, if you're bottle feeding, here's a crucial tip. Go slowly. Your baby's tummy is teeny tiny. It's about the size of a cherry on day one, and that's for a full-term baby. So please don't let the clinical staff make you think you have to shove a full 2-ounce or 60 milliliter bottle down in one feeding. It's just not reasonable, and it really is taxing on their system. They only need a few sips per feeding in that first day. The hospital might give you 2-ounce bottles because that's how they come, but don't feel pressured to use all of it. Feed the baby every 2 to 3 hours. Burp them gently after feeding and hold them upright for a little bit to help with their digestion. And don't forget, you'll probably need to set an alarm to wake up for those nighttime feedings. I know, but it's worth it for your little one's health. Now let's talk about swaddling. It is a great tool for soothing your baby when you need a break, say to grab a shower or a snack, or just to calm your baby when they're having a tough time. But the best place for your baby is skin to skin with you or your partner or another caregiver. The closeness helps with bonding and keeps your baby feeling safe and warm. It helps regulate their body temperature much better than a swaddle will. So use that first. Now, when it's time to lay the baby down, keep it simple. No loose blankets, no pillows, no rolled up blankets next to them, and no toys in the bassinet. Just a snug swaddle to keep your baby calm, or a baby in a simple t-shirt with the cord area uncovered, and they're good to go. Remember, crying is how babies communicate. It's their way of saying, hey, I need something here. So don't worry too much about figuring out what every little sound means right away. Just respond with love, whether that's holding, feeding, looking into their eyes, or rocking them gently. You'll get to know each other. Now let's talk about diaper care, because diaper rash can show up fast. In those first 24 hours, you might only see 1 or 2 wet diapers and that first bowel movement. It's thick, dark, and sticky, totally normal. What happens is the baby's skin on their bottom is very, very thin, so it's easy for them to get broken skin quickly. prevent this, change wet diapers right away and give your baby's bottom some fresh air at every changing. Once you're home, use a clear, unmedicated barrier cream like A&D ointment after each change. That can help just put that barrier, protect their delicate skin, so the wetness is not touching their skin until you can get to the changing. Avoid medicated creams unless your doctor recommends them. Less is more when it comes to newborn care. So nothing with zinc oxide in it. The white creams, those are medicated, and that's really only for a specific purpose. If they have a real nasty diaper rash that needs to be treated medically, that's when your doctor will recommend that. But when the baby's bottom is clean and pink, we want to keep it that way, and using a barrier cream is the best option. All right, we've covered some of the topics: skin to skin, feeding, swaddling, diaper care. But the final tip that I promised you, skin to skin contact as much as possible during the day regulates your baby's system. And it helps them get through the evenings when they're a little bit further away from you and they don't have you right there at all times. So the more you do this, the more they'll be able to get through those nights with you being a little bit further away. I do encourage you to have a baby right next to your bed, ideally so that you can reach in and put your hand on them to settle them while you're still lying down. That maximizes your rest. You don't always want to have to get up, go over across the room just to settle the baby. You'd rather have them right next to you. I encourage the kind of bassinet that it's actually called arm's reach. So you can just put your hand in the bassinet while you stay lying down and resting, and have your hand on the baby just to settle them. Those days are going to come and go, I promise you, but anything you can do to maximize your rest during that time is what you want to be looking for. I've got lots more tips for you, but I want you to know that you know your baby better than anyone else. So lean into that connection, trust yourself, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. If this helps you feel a little more prepared for those first 24 hours, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on responsive baby care and thriving in motherhood. Thanks for watching, and remember, you've got this, Mama. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bells